The beginning of my speech was edited, cut out. I didn't know about it. And I want to read it. History isn't history anymore. Truth is not truth. Even facts are being replaced by alternative facts and driven by conspiracy theories and ugliness. In Florida, young students are taught that slaves developed skills which could be applied for their personal benefit. Lying has become just another tool in the charlatan's arsenal. The former president lied to us more than 30,000 times during his 4 years in office, and he's keeping up the pace in his current campaign of retribution. But with all his lies, he can't hide his soul.
Now, movie fanboy crush aside, there are few people who articulate their disdain for the former president quite as well as Robert De Niro. We all remember his epic interview on CNN with Brian Stelter, where he summed up his thoughts on Trump in just a few wee words.
A lot of criticism of you.
Fuck him.
Okay, well, you know, this is cable.
Sorry. This guy should not be president, period. We are at a moment in our life, in this country, where this guy is like a gangster. He's come along and he's said things, done things we say over and over again. This is terrible. We're in a terrible situation. We're in a terrible situation. And this guy just keeps going on and on and on. The day after he was elected, I said, well, give him a chance. You never know, you'll see. But he's worse than I ever could have imagined.
This week, while accepting an award at the Gotham Awards in New York City, the Oscar winner was far from pleased when he realized his original speech was altered without him knowing so, as it was put on the teleprompter. Fortunately for De Niro, us, and America, he had the original still on his phone, which he read verbatim.
The beginning of my speech was edited, cut out. I didn't know about it. And I want to read it. It was, thank you. History isn't history anymore. Truth is not truth. Even facts are being replaced by alternative facts and driven by conspiracy theories and ugliness. In Florida, young students are taught that slaves developed skills which could be applied for their personal benefit. The entertainment industry isn't immune to this festering disease. The Duke John Wayne famously said of Native Americans, "I don't feel we did wrong in taking this great country away from them. There were great numbers of people who needed new land, and the Indians were selfishly trying to keep it for themselves." Lying has become just another tool in the charlatan's arsenal. The former president lied to us more than 30,000 times during his 4 years in office, and he's keeping up the pace in his current campaign of retribution. But with all his lies, he can't hide his soul. He attacks the weak, destroys the gifts of nature, and shows disrespect, for example, by using Pocahontas as a slur. Filmmakers, on the other hand, strive, and this is where I came in and I saw that they edited all that. So I'm going to say these things, but to Apple and thank them and all that, Gotham, blah, 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 Apple, but I don't feel like thanking them at all for what they did. How dare they do that, actually? But now I will go.
Now, when it comes to celebrities condemning Trump, I take great joy in watching the MAGA crowd lose their mind as they diminish the opinion of someone like De Niro or George Clooney as Hollywood elites out of touch with reality before going back to swearing their allegiance to a billionaire reality TV star who goes to the bathroom on a golden toilet.
I know Donald Trump, I mean, that's the thing is people, I have his phone number in my phone book. He was the guy that came to the bars and asked me about which cocktail waitress was single. That's who he was.
This is back in the 90s.
Not that long, no, back in the 2000s, quite honestly. And so there's this part of you that just goes, well, that guy shouldn't be president. But I was wrong, and he was. And our democracy, I believe, paid a price certainly around the world.
It's a timeless tale of hypocrisy, the party of once prominent actor Ronald Reagan and The Apprentice's own Donald Trump lambasting celebrity opinions as out of touch with the everyday American, all while celebrating opinions from Kid Rock, John Voight.
This is now a war against all of us. The Biden administration is a corrupt mob, and the Obama administration fuels the cycle. Let me warn you all that this corrupt behavior against President Trump is the most disgusting scheme to try and keep him down. My fellow Americans, this is a civil war, and this is the time we must stand for truths.
And that one actor who keeps complaining that nobody will hire him anymore.
Now, you want to do me a favor? Get out of here.
And the thing is, I've never understood the disdain for people with a platform using it to speak on issues that they care about. Some of the most prominent movements have been instigated and amplified, yes, by those in positions of notoriety. If you don't agree with them, fine. But to minimize their opinion as null and void while subscribing to a billionaire, you can see how those two don't really add up.
There's a lot of things that have to be repaired. He's going to be a factor for a while. It's so funny because, he was just this knucklehead. I knew him before he was, a president. He was just a guy who was chasing girls. Every time you went out, he'd come over and be like, "What's the name of that girl?" That's all he was. And the idea that there's this whole group of people that, that they think he's the champion of, which he certainly can't stand in real life. But, he's gonna play this out for a while.
It just so happens that I'm a huge De Niro fan, and even more so after this. Give him the Oscar.
But with all his lies, he can't hide his soul.
Hey Midas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.